What if I told you there's a civilization beneath your feet, one that's older than any empire, more organized than most human cities, and populated by creatures just a few millimeters tall? Ants might look like mindless insects, but their world is anything but simple. They build vast underground cities, defend their territory, farm their own food, and communicate in ways that seem almost alien. An ant colony isn't just a group of bugs. It's a highly structured society. At the center is the queen, not a ruler in the traditional sense, but more like a biological engine. Her job is simple: lay thousands of eggs to keep the colony growing. The rest of the ants are workers and soldiers. They forage, fight, clean, build, and care for the young. There's no leader barking out orders, yet every ant seems to know exactly what to do. It's not chaos. It's coordination, and it works with almost robotic efficiency. But how do they do it? They don't talk. They don't even make sounds we can hear. Instead, ants use chemicals, specifically pheromones, to send messages. When an ant finds food, it leaves a trail of scent behind. Other ants pick up the signal and follow it. If there's danger, they release alarm chemicals. These invisible messages guide the entire colony, shaping behavior and even the architecture of their nests. This level of communication has led scientists to a fascinating idea. The colony itself is the real organism. A single ant might be simple, even dumb. But the colony? That's something else entirely. It functions like a giant brain, with each ant acting like a nerve or a cell. This is what scientists call a superorganism, a collective intelligence that emerges when many small minds work together as one. So the next time you see a line of ants marching along a sidewalk, remember, you're not just watching bugs. You're witnessing one of the most successful civilizations in the history of life on Earth. You might think farming is a human invention, planting crops, managing land, harvesting food, but ants beat us to it by millions of years. Deep in the rainforests of Central and South America, there's a group called leafcutter ants. You've probably seen them in videos, ants carrying chunks of leaves many times their size. But here's the twist: they don't eat the leaves, they're farmers. The leaves are taken underground, chewed up, and used as fertilizer to grow fungus. That fungus is their actual food. These ants have their own agriculture system, complete with pest control and crop management, and it's been running smoothly for about 50 million years. But ants don't just farm, they also go to war. Some species are so aggressive and coordinated that scientists call them army ants. These swarms can include hundreds of thousands of individuals moving as a single force, attacking anything in their path. They don't build permanent nests. Instead, they form temporary living bivouacs out of their own bodies, an ant fortress made of ants. They raid nearby colonies, overwhelm prey, and then move on like an insect blitzkrieg. And war isn't just about killing. Some ants take prisoners. Species like the slave-making ant literally invade other ant colonies, steal their pupa, and raise those ants as workers in their own nest. These enslaved ants will tend the brood, clean the nest, even feed their captors, all without ever knowing they were kidnapped as larvae. Then there's one of the most mind-bending behaviors of all, the living bridge. Some ants, like those in certain army ant species, link their bodies together to form bridges, ladders, or rafts, living structures that allow the colony to move across gaps, water, or rough terrain. Every ant in the structure holds its position with instinctual precision, adjusting in real time as more ants cross. It's architecture made of flesh and instinct. So next time you see a few ants working together, remember, they might be harvesting crops, going to war, or building something with their own bodies. These aren't just bugs, they're strategists, builders, warriors, and they've been doing it far longer than we have. Not all ants play by the same rules. Some of them are flat out bizarre. Take the bullet ant, for example. Found in Central and South America, it's famous for having the most painful sting in the insect world, like walking over flaming charcoal with a 3-inch nail in your heel, according to some brave, possibly insane people who've tested it. Tribes in the Amazon even use bullet ants in initiation rituals, weaving dozens of them into gloves and making boys wear them without flinching. It's not just a bug, it's a trial by fire. Then there's the honeypot ant. This one lives in desert regions, and instead of food storage in a pantry, they use their own bodies. Certain ants in the colony become living storage tanks. Their abdomens swell up with nectar or water until they're basically balloons. Other ants feed off them when resources are scarce. They don't move, they just hang from the ceiling, full of sugar. It's grotesque and genius. And if that's not weird enough, meet the Dracula ant. Yes, that's a real name. These ants don't feed directly on their prey. Instead, they bleed their own larvae by biting tiny holes in them and drinking their hemolymph, kind of like insect blood. The larvae survive, and the adults get nutrition without going outside. It's a little disturbing, but strangely efficient. But beyond the freak show, ants actually have a lot to teach us. Scientists study ant behavior to improve robotic swarms, traffic systems, and even artificial intelligence. Their ability to solve complex problems without a central brain is exactly what we try to mimic in decentralized systems. Think about it. No leader, no blueprint, just simple rules and constant communication. And yet, they build tunnels, regulate traffic, divide labor, and adapt in real time. Ants have been farming longer than humans. They've mastered logistics, warfare, and architecture without ever writing anything down. That alone should earn them some respect. So next time you brush one off your picnic table, remember, you're swatting at one of the most successful life forms in Earth's history. Tiny? Yes. But underestimated? Absolutely. And hey, if you're into ants as much as we are, you should check out the Ant Nest on Discord. It's a growing community of people who love learning about these tiny powerhouses, sharing facts, footage, weird species, and ideas. Whether you're just curious or you've been obsessed since childhood, there's a place for you there. The link's in the description. Come say hi and bring your ant questions with you.